day, colleagues. Dumelang, sanbonani, goeiedag, absheni, ndimasiari abuti. I hope you are all well. Welcome. My name is Boitumelo Sateche, General Manager, Enterprise Technology and PMO. I'm very excited to be facilitating the International Women's Day, usually held annually on the 8th of March. This year's theme is Digital, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. With me today, I have Ms. Hema Chetty, Chief Digital Officer, and Ms. Tony Brito, Senior Manager, Systems and Data Supply Chain. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
The digitization of the economy is creating new opportunities for women worldwide, including our own country. And harnessing the positive impact of digital technology can bring transformative power for women. With this year's theme, Digital, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. Ms. Hema, can you explain to us what does it all mean, looking at it from a Transnet's point of view?
Thanks, Boitumelo, firstly for this opportunity to talk to you. So gender equality is a very important topic, and it resonates more with me than the term woman empowerment. The term empowerment sometimes is used as a euphemism to suggest that we get handouts. But as women, we are strong and capable, we are equal, and we earn and deserve our space. So going back to your question about digital, for most people, digital is seen as technology, data, and systems. But digital is about value creation. And how does digital enablement unlock and realize that value to an organization for its stakeholders and shareholders? So it's about also about how we operate, how we engage, how we use new ways of working, how we unlock some of these new markets, and how we move away from traditional business processes. So as you can see, digital is all-encompassing, and it impacts not just your internal stakeholder, like your Transnetters, but also your external customers. So I believe that Transnet will create value and will have an impact to its communities as well as the country. And in the Transnet context, digital is not just about using technology to move our organization forward. It involves a well thought through process that relies on our ecosystem. And if our ecosystem is operating optimally, then it's the technology that we overlay, like the software, the platforms, the tools, and the devices. And what is this ecosystem I speak about in the Transnet context? It's our data. We've got thousands of source systems, and how do we organize that now and build transparency and accuracy in our reporting? It's our people. How do we create a culture, not just on the adoption of technology, but new ways of working that's promoted as well as encouraged, and also learning new skills. It's also about our processes. Currently, our business is reliant on some cumbersome and expensive technology, and we are currently evaluating those technologies and the merits of those technologies and processes. So this is what we need to focus on to move us towards a digital future.
Thank you. Well, Tony, Hema spoke about ecosystems. She mentioned words like transparency. Supply chain is one of the critical divisions within Transnet. And with this theme that we have this year, digital innovation and gender equality, what innovative systems and interventions have you implemented to ensure fairness and accountability?
Thanks for the question, Boitumelo. So the systems that we've implemented We have a contract management module, a tool, which was one of our biggest and very complex projects. So we had to integrate our contract module into all the different ODs, ensuring that we integrate on each of the infrastructure that was already built in. That was quite complex, but the benefits thereof, we're able to eliminate irregular expenditure. We also made sure that the AG requirements checklist was built into this tool to make sure that we get reduced audit findings. The other system that we also implemented was the e-tender portal, which made a huge difference. I think it made a huge difference in the manner that we had to move from a paper-based environment, from tender boxes, manual intervention, which could cause a lot of irregularities, a lot of manual interventions, finger errors, etc. So with the digital platform that we implemented, we then managed to sort of automate the process, where we created a digital platform to allow our external bidders and suppliers to be able to log into a secure environment where we no longer rely on manual boxes, where previously, you had to also wait for a specific time, and there was a lot of interventions and lots of human error. So, but now, having gone digitally, we are able to, in a secure environment, upload tenders. We've got electronic time stamps, and the tenders are closing in time. So all of this is in line with making sure that we sort of create transparency. We make sure that the process is quite fair. We're able to have a more better track and trace with regards to the system. So those are the major two tools. I mean, I must say that obviously we're still working on better technology still to come. That's just the starting point, but it is something that Transnet is working on in making sure that we're moving towards the right direction.
Great. Taking into consideration what supply chain have done already and the strategy of Transnet and its operating model, how else has Transnet modernized its operations?
So firstly, Transnet has a strategy, a well thought through, diligently applied, costed strategy to be able to deliver value for the country. It's what we're doing to accelerate that value, and we're looking at it across all the operating divisions. How do we create efficiency? Efficiency in the form of process efficiency and cost efficiency, and in some instances both. We're also looking at opportunities to generate revenue, and we're using some of the digital tools, tactics that are available to us. And that's our focus right now.
Well, so far, it's all been general. Can we bring it back to our ladies then? We find ourselves having women working in areas that are deemed dangerous, such as train drivers, maritime pilots, and engineers. Are there any transformative technology that are advancing their safety and championing the advancement of transformative technology and digital education?
So yes, Transnet has both males and females working in these dangerous environments. And I'm going to shy away from, the gender polarizing because it just propagates the us and them stereotype. But to answer your second question, yes, there are technologies that are available. And in this space, technology has progressed and continued to do so. There is some developed technology, and what I mean by that we could use for safety in our operations is sensors that is used by our engineers, our operating managers. And what that does is basically adjusts and predicts, and moves some of that operations towards safety. But there is also an increasing number of robots that's used in the industry to, for risky environments where it may be unsafe, for people. But it's not again about using technology to be safe. It's about changing the way we operate to be safe by using technology.
Thank you. In your view, Tony, how does the impact of digital gender gap widens economic and social inequalities?
I think the digital gap is critical to the sense that it has a negative impact in our economy, in our society, even on GDP, you know. So technology needs to be able to be even reach the underprivileged areas so that women and girls are able to get access, you know, equal opportunities to knowledge, more to better opportunities with regards to employment, income and so forth.
You know, I just have one of some interesting fun facts. Did you know that in order to breach the digital gender divide, companies need to meet women where they are in terms of access, cultural appropriateness, literacy, and user interfaces, hardware and network availability, and perceived benefit of being online. And I want to believe that the digital day will bring such to those women. Anyway, going back to my questions, just name, Tony, a woman or maybe two, especially in science and technology, who inspires you the most and why?
I do not need to look very far, Buitumeli. I'm sitting with one phenomenal woman here right next to me, Hema Chetty herself. I mean, I think she's doing great in the organization. She's passionate, you know, she's a woman who believes she needs to do things right at the right time. And, you know, we respect you for that, Hema. And I think what you know, she stands out in the fact that she's also an advocate for STEM. You know, that's quite remarkable. Systems, technology, engineering, and maths. So I think she is currently heading our organization towards that digital platform, you know, innovation, automation, and she's doing a great job. So I believe we as Transnet, you know, we are starting to see more women in this platform. Previously, it wasn't the case. The other one lady that I'd also like to mention is a woman who's living with a disability. She started off from the bottom as a helper. She's also part of Transnet, and she worked her way through all the way in the ICT space. At the moment, she's busy designing dashboards, automation. You know, she's in creating apps, so she's quite phenomenal as well. Her name is Lihle Butelezi. So, you know, I think it's also good to recognize one another, see the good that we are doing. You know, each and every one of us, you know, contributes to making a change. And I think it needs to start with us. We need to make that change. Thanks.
These are indeed exciting times for Transnetters. Well, Hema, does Transnet have a database of innovators? And do you have maybe a statistic of how many female employees are there and what role they play in the organization?
Yeah. So Boitumelo innovation, like Tony had shared, it's not about a support service or it residing in a specific department. You know, innovation is something that must be embedded in our daily operations. And innovation is a key pillar, you know, for us to make that cultural shift. At the end, we want everybody on this journey to be able to transform our organization. And everybody needs to understand the benefits of what the digital world brings. I do have a pillar in my structure that speaks about AI innovation, but that's more to provide some of the frameworks and practices to enable, you know, our Transnetters within the operating divisions. And there's a number of males as well as females, again, that are, you know, thinking out of the box, challenging the current status quo, and you know, impacting and bringing some new technology within Transnet. So again, it's not about who or how many, but it's more about the impact that they're bringing to the organization.
One of the fun facts I want to share with you is that women are usually known as imbokodo. In my own mother tongue, we would usually say, Mosadi uswara tipa ka bogaleng. So what does that mean? If we bring women into technology, or if we bring more women into technology, it will result in more creative solutions and has great potential for organizations such as Transnet. And that has also a potential to bring more innovative ways, because women have got the ability to see things from a different perspective. So this is indeed a special time to be a woman within Transnet. Having said that, is it possible to create maybe a blog or a database or something where women can share freely or interact in the workplace and share these innovative ideas that I was talking about?
Yeah, and I guess the short answer, Boitumelo, is yes. And if there's interest, that's something that we must pursue. We're currently looking at the intranet and internal communications, and we can look at that as part of that program.
Well, it was indeed my pleasure to talk to you ladies. I've got one last question for the both of you. What's your message to female employees on this International Women's Day? Let me start with you, Tony.
Thanks, Boitumelo. I think I'll be brief and short. For me, I think this is a time for us to reflect on the important role that women play in supporting a sustainable future. Empowering women is a great responsibility. It's also necessary for gender equality. So innovation happens at an intersection of people, processes, and technology. So I want us to be the change that we want to see. So that's the message that I have. Thanks.
And I think my message is maybe something that I've mentioned already. And as women, for all of us, just to remember again that we are capable, we are strong, we are equal, and we deserve and earn our space.
Well, there you go, Transnetters. What an insightful conversation we had today. Thank you very much. Ke a leboga. Baie dankie. Have a blessed day.